So we didn't get a deal done at the trade deadline. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, we shot for it, we didn't get it, and we move forward, right? But it may not be as bad as you think that it might be. Um, I think that there's some room for optimism, and we actually do have somebody that we got that should be coming, and we'll talk about that. And also, pretty tough day in the music industry, and we'll talk about that for just a second too. Let's talk.
Two times on the beat, bitch.
What's good, Cowboy fans? It's your boy, Uncle Fred, back in the house, back in the saddle, one more again. More, more Cowboys content. Please hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and become a part of the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. Um, First of all, before I even get to the Cowboys stuff, it's a sad day in the music industry. Take off in the music these days. You might think, what a middle-aged dude like you know about music. I got a 22-year-old son, and so all through his high school years, I had to hear every one of their songs and all that stuff. And I took him to a couple of their concerts and stuff like that. So that's a tough day in the Uncle Fred's household today. And actually, the inspiration of Migos is of Takeoff, Offset, and Quavo kind of inspired him to music. And that little riff you can hear between my segments, that was by my son, who was inspired by Migos, who goes by the title Darius 2X, in case you wondering. So that's shout out to him for putting that together for me. For my channel have music interludes and stuff like that. So that's a tough day in the music industry. And his name is Krishna Ball. Um, out of Atlanta, Georgia. So we're sad to hear that, and our prayers go out to his family. But no, that's not what you came to talk about. You came to talk about the Cowboys. And we tried best we could and couldn't get a deal. So we've been laid up all week that, Derek had the itch. He had the itch. Because he knows that's a good team. 80, I don't know how many more years I got left. It'd be a shame to waste such a good season, not go all in and see if I can win another one of these Lombardi. So he was agreeable to making some sort of deal for Stephen uh, or any of the coaches or any other team with a deal. And, you know, he, he's open to that. So we know we had talked about those receivers. Earlier videos, we talked about Mims, we talked about Judy, we talked about um, Roger Moore, DJ Moore, these types of guys. So I think they had made some plays and made some phone calls. But somehow on yesterday, they had zeroed in on Brandon Cook, wide receiver that plays for Houston, Texas. So, for a deal was tried to be struck upon. So, um, right now, Houston is involved in a 1-5-1 record. They're kind of a moribund franchise under a lot of scrutiny. Some of the stuff that went on with the Deshaun Watson thing, and there was a whole lot of allegations of how the organization was run. Some of the unspeakable things that was going on with it. Their insistence upon who's named Jack Easterby, who was trying to make everybody do the same thing, go to the same church. You can go to that church, you couldn't work for them, and all kind of stuff like that was going on. And so Brandon Cooks played for them, and I think that they wanted to make a deal for him. So where I heard it that Brandon Cooks came to the Texans back in 2020, uh, and he was had played there 2 years. He signed a deal last year for 2 years at a total of $39 million, and so they trying to work out a deal. And we heard about it today that they was really working on it. They was, burning the midnight oil, so to speak, trying to get a deal done. And so they ran into some snags. First of all, let's just talk about Brandon Cook. So Brandon Cook, the 9-year wide receiver, came out of Oregon State back in the 2014 draft, first round pick of the New Orleans Saints. Played there 4 years. Was traded to the New England Patriots in 2017. Was traded at the end of that season to the I guess kind of 1 year deal. Was traded to the Los Angeles Rams the next year, which is 2018. Played there for 2 years, 18 and 19, and then got traded again to the Houston Texans in 2020. He's been there ever since. And had the trade went through, this is a caveat, maybe nobody know or whatever. He would have been the first player in NFL history to be traded 4 times. The second player. The other one would be Eric Dickerson. Rams, Colts, Falcons. He would have joined Eric Dickerson. Or would it, no, Eric Dickerson was traded 3 times. He was in the fourth. He would have been the first player to be traded 4 times. I'll get it right in a minute. So, but the thing about Brandon Cooks, though, and he's known as a speed guy. Uh, and as everybody says, to take the top off the defense. If I hear that one more time, I'm gonna strangle somebody. But he's supposedly is a speed guy that can get behind the coverage, and and really what that does is open up, for everybody else. Everybody can get stuff underneath because of his speed to be able to draw the coverage out, and you can run stuff underneath. So let me just tell you some of the stuff that Brandon took career arc. What I thought it was interesting. Um, what I thought it was interesting is his career arc. Like I said, he came in the league in 2014, and for the Saints, and he had a rookie season, 53 catches, 560 yards, 3 touchdowns. Then he went on a bench, 1,000 yard season. 2015, 84 catches for 1138, 9 touchdowns. 2016, 78 catches, 1,173 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Um, 2017, his first year with New England, 65 catches, 1,082 yards, and 7 touchdowns. First year with the Rams in 2018, 80 catches, 1,204 yards, and 5 touchdowns. 2019, his second year with the Rams. Um, Looks like he missed 2 or 3 games that year. 42 catches, 583, and 2. Then he got traded to the Texans in 2020. He had 81 catches, 1,150 yards, and 6 touchdowns. 2021, 90 catches, 1,037 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And of course, this year, um, quarterback issues and things of that nature, only limited to 32 catches, 353, and 1 career total is 605 catches, 8,257, 71 yards, and 47 touchdowns. But one thing I like about him, he's a model of consistency. 9 years in the pros, 8 years complete. He's in the ninth year now. He has 6,000 yards season. So model of consistency. He has 1,000 yards for every team he plays with. They play with 3 teams. But, yeah. And for all practical purposes and all I have heard of Brandon Cook, he is a model citizen, one of those guys that, is a good locker room guy, comes in, gets his work done, attention to details good, good route runner, good speed, good hands, don't give you any trouble, just kind of comes and does the job. And I think that's what our locker room needed. But somehow, so the deal was attempting to get done. Um, as you see on the screen, he signed a 2-year, $39 million contract. So he signed a 2-year deal when he got there in 2020. And then this year he signed a 2-year deal, an extension, if you will. And I guess, because when he came to the Texans now, they had just come off of going to the AFC Championship game or the divisional game. Remember that? He was in the game when Patrick Mahomes came back from 24 nothing down. He played for them then. Okay? Um, uh, so 2020, no, I'm sorry, 2020, okay. Yeah, 2020, he was the first, okay. Okay, it was a year after they had gotten rid of DeAndre Hopkins. That's right. 2020. They tried to sign in their place Brandon Cook and the guy from Randall Cobb, Green Bay. They signed him. Randall Cobb had just came from Dallas. We played that 1 year for Dallas in 2019, and then we thought we were going to re-sign him as our slot receiver. He chose to sign with the Houston Texans. And the bottom fell out. They went 4-12. John Watson threw for like 4,500 yards and like 38 touchdowns and led the league in yardage. And remember, I told you, caught like 80 passes for like 1,100 yards. So they went 4-12, and COVID hit and things like that nature hit, and then all the stuff happened with Deshaun and that off season. Last year was just a total wreck. And still caught 90 passes for 1,100 yards. That bad Texas team, I think they won 5 games. So, but he signed that $39 million contract, and apparently what the deal was, what the holdup on the deal was compensation. Because they were trying to figure out anytime when a deal is done, especially when a guy's in the middle of a contract, who picks up the tab for the contract. So I think he was only due to make about $1.1 million this year, 1.16 something like that. But he had an $18 million guarantee for next year. So they're trying to figure out how that was going to be taken care of. Okay? So if the Cowboys pay for that, if they do, then they're going to want to because they were wanting a second round pick. So the Cowboys are trying to trying to understand was now I'm guessing this now. We give you a second round pick, and you need to pick up more of his salary. We give you a second round pick. If you really don't give up a second round pick for 29-year-old receiver, he's 29. Right? Even though he's a good character guy, and we think he'd be an asset to our offense, you don't really want to either you do one or the other. Either we're gonna give him a contract and we give him a fifth round pick and pick up the contract, or we give you a high round pick and you pick up the contract or pick up a larger percentage of the contract. So for some reason they couldn't get to no understanding if who was gonna do this. The Texans were like, look, man, we're not picking up the 18 million for next year, because we ain't gonna be paying $25 million for a player we no longer have. Now I believe it was said or it was believed that the Texans have communicated the Cook that, considering how things have gone and like I said, Texas has come under a lot of scrutiny over the last couple of years. Like I said, with the John Watson thing, Jack Houston thing, and it's believed there's a lot of underhanded stuff that was going on with the club. Why Sean didn't no longer want to play for them, even though he signed a 4-year, $160 million contract, or something like that. But didn't want to play for them because apparently something had gone on with them. See, apparently something had been communicated to Cook that how the year has gone. Remember, Houston also got caught in under some scrutiny trying to hire the head coach. You know, they fired the guy from last year who was a assistant for the Ravens for many years and got his first chance to coach. And they fired him last year. They're trying to hire McCollum, Josh McCown, who was like a 15, 16-year player who would never coach. Give him the head coaching job of an NFL franchise. So because they got so much backlash, they went ahead and hired Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith, they won't say nothing. He'll do the job. He's already defensive coordinator. He's 18 inches over and gets the head job. So he just do the thing and whatever. Anyhow, apparently they had promised Brandon that they would, and how bad the season had been going, that they would trade him to contender, to deal with it. So apparently that didn't get done again. So like I said, so Cowboys get to the deadline, and they tried, and so anytime you start making deals with folks, many times you don't realize what's all entailed with the trade. It's more than just okay. We want this player to sign it, so you sign here, you sign there, and the player's yours. No, there's contracts to be understood. Any of us, we know anytime we buy something, there's a contract. And any of us have bought a house before. It's 30 pages of documents you got to sign. You got to know all that stuff. Okay? That's like a couple $100,000, $100,000, or something like that. We bought a car, probably 10, 15 pages, probably $20,000, $30,000. Can you imagine what an NFL contract consists of? We're talking about 18, 19, $20 million contract, sometimes 50, 60, $70 million contract, all the little ins and outs, clauses, and all that kind of stuff in there. Because all this stuff has to be taken care of. So I guess as they start peeling back the layers of that thing, they found out there's more to it than not. So what the Cowboys was attempting to try to do was to throw in some players in addition to, maybe, giving them a little bit of draft capital so that they would, pick up some of the tab. I think included in some of that was Christian Hill, defensive tackle, who we drafted back in 2019, second round pick out of Central Florida. I guess sometimes you don't ever get over things you hear about folks or whatever, and you really should get over stuff you hear that people improve and grow. He's the same dude, and when Isaiah Thomas came to speak to the team, fell asleep in the meeting. Not a good look. Not a good look. So, so when the deal fell apart and his name had been put out there, they decided to go ahead and cut him. They cut Christian Hill. So, you know, and our pro football focus, CFF, he was rated as our best run defender. He got cut in the whole melee, our player got lost. So when all the things went down, by the time the trade deadline ended at 4 o'clock Eastern time, or 3 o'clock Central time, and the time zone I'm in, still didn't get done, right? And Brandon Cook was not happy. Uh, he put out a tweet. Um, and I'm gonna read his tweet. Said, this leads you to believe that an understanding or handshake or something has been done to him, or communicated to him that the deal of some sort was going to get done. So, a lot of people believe that, as long as you give them a check, it's good to just set up and play. And he wants to go to a place for a team that lose every game, no chance of winning. You just morale is low, you hate coming to work. I know the check is good, you live good. But none of y'all would want to come to work every day and there's a drug theory, place to work, and nobody was happy, nobody enjoyed doing their job. And you got to check. You be upset, right? So I think a lot of people think that, because these guys play professional sport, they should be different. You should be happy just to get a check. Apparently, they communicated to him that they would move him if the deal was made. But when the deal didn't get made, as I said, a 29-year-old son, for 2 years, 39.8 years, 41 to the 2024 season. And 36 million of that deal was guaranteed. I was 39.8. So here's what he said. Um, this is what he said. Don't take a man's kindness for granted. Covered, covered for the lives for too long. Those days are done. Cross the line with playing with my career. Wrong words there. Don't take a man's kindness for granted. Covered for the lives uh, for too long. Those days are done. Cross the line with playing with my career. So, and let you know he had a belief that he was going to be, traded. Now, before we beat up the Cowboys, there were other teams that were looking for Brandon Cooks. I heard Cleveland, maybe the Rams, and some other teams. I heard some other teams that were looking for, Cooks as well. So it wasn't just the Cowboys that was looking for him. So they don't get the deal done. And so we come out of the trade deadline with nothing. So going forward, like I said in my little teaser, uh, we do have a new addition that we picked up. The name, think, it ain't what you think it's going to be. It's going to be, it's going to be something different. What you think. So, but all isn't lost because possibly on our next game, we got a bye coming. It's coming Sunday, which is the 6th of November. We got a bye, and then we go to Green Bay, to Lambeau Field. We play the Green Bay Packers. We don't have a new wide receiver. It's going to be Brandon Marshall. It's going to be, it'll be James Washington, who's not played for us this year. Got hurt the training camp, hurt his foot. We're yet to see what he's going to turn out to be. Uh, you know, we'll take anything. He's a veteran, had some good years in Pittsburgh, got behind people. He's at Oklahoma State. We'll see what he has to offer, man. And, like I said, we much rather have Cook. But, hey, maybe James Franklin, maybe James Washington might give us everything that he's younger. I think he's like 25, 26. Uh, hey, I'm a glasses half full guy, not a glasses half empty. I'm not going to be a pessimist. I'm going to be an optimist. We don't know what James Washington is going to give us. He may give us a spark. Right? Who knows? Right? But we know, the reason we're doing this is because we thought our wide receiver room maybe it may need a little help. And because, if you look around the NFL, there's 12 players that made some moves. And I'm not going to go into all of them. I will tell you this one. Minnesota Vikings picked up TJ Hawkinson from the Detroit Lions. Yeah, team that's ahead of us, a team we're going to be playing in 3 weeks. We play them the week after we play Green Bay. Which means we will have seen TJ Hawkinson 2 times this year. We just seen him last week. We played the Lions. We got traded for the Vikings. And what this is going to tell us in the next 2 weeks is Did we do enough? You want to play Green Bay, fight for their playoff lives, 3-5. Okay, we play Minnesota. Minnesota 6-1. Minnesota's got Kirk Cousins. Minnesota's got Darwin Cook, Alexander Madison in the backfield, Adam Thielen, Jefferson, KJ Osborne, Rager, the Eagles, and they got TJ Hopkins. We will have Irv Smith Jr. with us week from the outside. That's a loaded offense. These are the things we were looking at because are we going to have enough firepower to be able to stick with them, to score with them? Because it's not going to be every day you're going to hold every offense to 7. I guarantee you're not going to hold Minnesota to 7. I promise you that. But we're going to have to be able to score 28 ourselves. We're not going to be able to keep them under 28. Look, the Bears just scored 29 on us. Right? So we got that going. So we got that going. And so now listen to my man Law Nation. I don't share his sentiment on this. I enjoy all respect Law Nation. Law Nation is a giant in this Cowboy content creation space. Law Nation is the man. He's the John Dada of Cowboy content creation. Okay. So he was going over the thing. He made a little, 5-minute video blurb. Usually this video be 2.5 hours long. So this video, you can go over it very good detail. My video is going to be like 30 minutes. I'll try to get all off. But and he said something. He said, well, he's like, nah, I wouldn't want to give $18 million. So that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to give up a second round pick and pay him $18 million. It's a guaranteed amount of money. Texans didn't want to pick up any of that. They wanted us to pick it up. So that was the hang up. So he was like, nah, I don't know if I'd have gave 18 million, but I think I would have gave him 18. They wanted more than that. And I could just see him taking the coverage with him and then CD and Michael Gallup coming underneath on curl and slant routes underneath, running. I could see that thing working, man. It would have been hard to stop, man. It would have been hard to stop. Trust me, man. It would have been hard. Uh, but uh, but he's like, no, I can't see giving him because it's his age. He's 29. You don't want to give $18 million to a 29-year-old. That sort of thing, or a second round pick. That was the thing that got him. He didn't want to take a second round pick, so got it over. Now, Chase Claypool changed hands today too. Left the Steelers and went to the Chicago Bears for a second round pick. And he's kind of underwhelmed, even though I love Chase Claypool, but I like his size and his frame. He's 6'4", 220. But not the best route runner, but he's like 22, 23. He got a heart, so he can still get better. He's not even grown into his body yet. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I would give up a second for him. We can grow into what you want him to get to. But it's like, I don't know if I'm getting up a second round pick for Brandon Cook. But if you're trying to win, you do that. The second round pick is not going to be able to do what Brandon Cook is going to be able to do. Right? So, yeah, but I'll take that 18 million and transfer that right over to Odell Beckham Jr. And I had to kind of first of all, let me just say this. I'll kick you out the club or kick you out the group. I'm not part of the in crowd or whatever. I'm not the biggest Odell Beckham fan. I just remember I remember, him, making that catch against us back in 2014. He was a rookie. Matter of fact, he's the same age as Brandon Cook. He was a rookie that year also. And him doing silly things, kicking that, swinging the kicking that, posing to the kicking that, getting into a fight with Josh Norman and all that stuff going on. And I still remember him acting a fool on the LSU sideline when they won the national championship back in 2019. He got them in trouble. He just a bunch of silly stuff. All the stuff going on in Cleveland. He your daddy to send a video, a YouTube video out that dude is missing you on throws. other stuff is like, you a grown tail man. Why was your daddy? It's not a big Odell Beckham Jr. thing. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just maybe I'm not one of the fools here. I'm sorry. I like guys to keep their head down and go to work. I don't like guys to keep up a lot of stuff, a lot of mess, a lot of a lot of congestion, a lot of I don't go for all that. I like guys with their head down, go to work, punch in, get the work done, punch out. I don't like all of that. And then the second thing, Odell Beckham Jr. got hurt. Now I'm gonna say this. And I'm not one of these people who always hold somebody's past. I will admit, if we went to the Rams, I thought, man, that ain't gonna work. Once you got Kaepernick offense, he was pretty good. Matter of fact, he's probably gonna win that Super Bowl without him. Probably he gets the Super Bowl MVP if he don't get hurt in the second quarter. I will say that, and he is an exceptional talent. I'm just not sure what the injury history he had. This is his third ACL surgery. Okay? Second one on the same knee. He's had ankle, leg, breakage, shoulders. He's a good injury. So all nation was trying to say, oh well, just take 18 million, you're gonna get get it to Odell Beckham Jr. And I'm like, eight to the end. I'm not giving Odell Beckham Jr. no $18 million. You can call me what you want. I'm not giving him 18 million. 18 million over 3 years. I do that. Yeah, I do that. 18 million over 3 years. You know, 16 a year. Yeah, man. Because we don't know. And he's not going to be available to play for us until like the first or second week of December. Okay? Which means you'll have what, like 3, 4 games left to play. And understand this. What's the timetable on ACL? Remember, he got hurt in February. Last game of the season. Okay? And it usually takes a while to remember. Michael Gallup got hurt in like the first week of December, right? First second week of December. Michael Gallup came back against I believe in the Washington Commanders game. He touchdown pass in the game. Back in the end zone before halftime. Michael Gallup still ain't right. He's been playing for us 5 weeks. Okay? 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks. And Michael Gallup still not quite Michael Gallup. He had a nice game Sunday though. He still ain't the Michael Gallup that we saw before he got hurt. Remember, he got hurt on a big touchdown pass. When he first hit the end zone, he kind of big when we were against Arizona. So he's still not right. He's not off injured. Okay? So he was not Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not even sure he'd be able to even help us. So I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all think. I'm not the biggest Odell Beckham fan. I don't like all the buzz. I don't like all that. I don't like guys that get to work. I don't like all of that. You're too busy, too much busy stuff. I was like, well, I don't bow to the altar of OBJ like that, but I don't do that. It's not my. But I do realize he's talented, and we do need an extra wide receiver. So he's available. He's going to be able to play this year, and we'll be able to get something out of him. Get some games out of him, some meaningful games. He can really help us. And he can like help some of the younger guys, and he still will be the elder statesman. So, CeeDee Lamb young, Gallup young, Will Brown young. He'd be like the elder statesman. So, we'll see. We'll see. All I know in the next 2 weeks will let you know whether or not we did the right thing or not. We're about to do the right thing. We did what we could do. We ran out of time. But I was wondering as I did when I close this video, did we run out of time or did we not start? What we have to ask ourselves. Maybe only Ray or Stephen or Jerry actually know. But you can run out of time. When I think Jerry said, I'm gonna grab that frame by the caboose it's just going by. I'm gonna get a deal done or whatever. It didn't happen. But if we run out of time, or did we not start? So I'm kind of the belief I have the evidence for this. We just competition. Right? Maybe they didn't start early enough. Maybe if they started like Wednesday or Thursday of last week, against the guys targeted the guy they wanted and make their intentions known and get all that stuff done and have it done by the time the trade deadline was done, or did they get started on it, first thing this morning and ran out of time and realized there was much into it as it was. All those the field didn't get the hope and James Franklin and James Washington and Taylor Cross, nobody nobody off the line get hurt, and our receivers. But anyway, what do y'all think? What do y'all thought? Please leave a comment in the box. Leave a comment. Let me know if your old Uncle Fred is talking about anything. I don't know it all. It's just my fault. But yeah, we'll know if the next few weeks, Green Bay, Minnesota, New York Giants on Facebook. We'll know just a few weeks here. We got it. Last two games we played, 12-2. If our team ain't good enough, those 3 games, and this 3 game stretch we about to have will let us know everything we want to know about our team. I'm thankful. I'm hopeful. That's all I got from the desk of Uncle Fred. Please like, comment, and subscribe and become a part of the Uncle Fred Sports Experience. Guarantee you will not, cannot, shall not. But
Two times on the beat.